Hi, my name is Tom Cassidy. I am the founder of Reasonability and the Reasonable Eating Program. And I'm going to talk to you for a second about the reasonability system and first of all how I came to come up with it. Well, my background is a physics degree. I trained as a teacher, travelled the world, taught in Hong Kong, set up my own school and business school in Hong Kong. And then I went back to the UK and started writing a bunch of books on problem solving. And the idea was that I thought that problems could be solved by applying a set of algorithms, a series of approaches that made it easier for the average person, rather than just looking at a problem and going, oh my goodness, what do I do? Well, what about if you start backwards? What about if you divide the problem into parts? What about if you exaggerate the differences between this problem and any other problems? What if you look at similarity? What if you look at parity between a problem like this that might be a left-handed version, whereas this is a right-handed version, and so on, and came up with a whole bunch of algorithms that you could apply to maths and logic and physics and science in general. And then I thought, well, why not tackle some of the harder problems, like the problem of obesity and nutrition in general, the problem that medical practitioners and nutritionists have been trying to solve for a number of years. And the challenge is, for them, they've either known what to say and they haven't said it, or they've known what to say and they've said it, but it hasn't been understood. Because ultimately, there is a tremendous, in the Western world, a tremendous problem with the general health of people as a result of self-inflicted concerns. Things that have come as a result of eating, as a result of not being a good weight, not having a good energy, not having good circulation. A lot of them to do with the fact that basically we just don't eat very well. Now, I thought that I might be able to apply my problem-solving skills from logic and from maths and science to the whole business of nutrition. I just figured that I might be able to do it. So I spent about a year doing the research and looking at all the different approaches that have happened, looking at what people have tried and what hasn't worked, looking at what might have worked in some cases but wouldn't work in other cases. And I came up with a series of algorithms, and then I tested them, and I spent about another year alpha testing them on myself, and the results were insane. Now, as I said in my introduction, it's not to do with the actual fact that I lost weight and that I have got loads more energy and health and I'm sleeping better and not snoring and all those wonderful things. That's not irrelevant, but that's not the real point. The real point is that I did it without having to exercise. I did it without having to do anything crazy, without having to use up much willpower. That's how I actually did it. So this is the thing. What I've come up with is a series of algorithms that enable you to tackle this whole business of eating, this whole business of nutrition, step by step, week by week, nice and simply, so that you don't have this situation where you're requiring to do an awful lot of exercise in order to achieve your weight goal or to lose weight or to get more health. Now, if you want to get fit, you're going to have to do exercise. But we're talking about basically getting into good shape. We're talking about basically getting to a good weight. And I've found in my experience that about 90% of your weight and your health will be as a result of what you eat. And it's really interesting. A lot of people have the wrong paradigm where they think that all they need to do is go jogging and get fit or join a gym. And it really doesn't work. It'll get you fit, but it won't help you lose weight. So, and it's little things like that. And I suppose what I want to point out is the fact that it's a very, very small amount of willpower that is required once you get the right algorithm. If you get the wrong algorithm, you need almost an infinite amount of willpower because it won't work. But with the right algorithm, with the right approach, it's going to work really, really well. So that's what I've done. I've put together these, and they're basically the culmination of 1 year of research and then a year of alpha testing. And then for the last year, there's been thousands of people around the world who've been doing this program, this approach to eating. It's a reasonable approach for reasonable people, and it gets better than reasonable results, which is quite interesting. Okay, so I hope you really enjoy it.